That's got to be a sweet ride. Look at that. Volvo Globetrotter working for main freight out of Blenheim. Nice little unit. Yeah, that'd be nice. Nice looking Kate up there. Vocational rigs, and there she is. Yeah, that's a sweet looking rig, alright. DGs too. Cool. STL representing, yep. Nice little K-Whopper. We're going to be here for ages. There's a cop car coming. Oh look, he's blocked the traffic. Thank you, cop. That was a good idea. He blocked the traffic for us. That was awesome. See, there must be some good ones out there. The traffic cops are pretty good, actually. In fact, that was pretty smart policing on that guy's behalf. He was way down in the traffic queue, and he saw me stuck at that intersection, and so he pulled into that lane and closed that lane so that me and there's a Weatheralls guy back there, so me and the Weatheralls guy could get out. That's pretty good policing. Big ups to the traffic cops in Wellington there. You got a smart operator amongst you. Look after that one. Yep. How's your cubicle going? Mine's sweet as. Trucking life. Yes, it is. It's my girl. Hey, it's coming. That's my mobile home. One day I'm going to have one of those, and one day I'm going to be living in one of those. You know, I really love the idea of being able to actually live on the road and live in my own truck. You know, you know, the more my brother is a really cool guy. Eh? You know, he's a really neat guy, but he's like one of these closet hippies, you know, and he really likes the idea of a house truck and all that kind of stuff. You know, with the wood burning stove and the stained glass windows and the fucking potpourri and the incense and the tie-dyed clothing and the right? Whereas I think I would much rather go with a nice big Freightliner Argosy or some kind of liveaboard wagon and just do hard yards and have a real house truck with the emphasis on the truck. When we were down the wharf yesterday, we talked about, we saw one of Lindsay Taylor's Kenworths down there. He's from Arcooney. Check out the graphic on this. Wicked. Look at all those extra lights. And it's a 620. Wicked. Yeah. Lindsay Taylor right there from Arcooney. Always has a nicely presented fleet. Nice job. Farmers are weird, eh? They chop up grass and they save it. Check out this hard chug. It's because he's empty. He's got nothing in that thing. Now that's a nice looking. Yeah, good driver. Have a good drive. We got quite a good mish today. It's just a swap run. Went from the wharf to Tawa to Palmerston. We're cruising up country now. We're going to get up on the desert somewhere and swap with probably Angrish or whoever, and then just boogie back down to the wharf. Actually do more kilometres doing this than running direct through, because it takes the guys so long to get out of Auckland with the traffic. And because I leave before the traffic gets thick in Wellington, I'm actually covering more ground. So it's actually more kilometres for me to go from doing this run than it is to run straight through to Auckland. So that's all good. I don't mind. The more time I spend behind the wheel, the more I like it. Just love these Freightliners of booths. Hey, buddy. Man, they're a nice truck. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're a Coronado. I think that's a Coronado. Not sure. Guy out. Big Mercedes Actros. Yeah. Woohoo! Big tank. Scania. While I'm waiting for the swap partner to come along, I'm out on the desert at the moment, up by the summit, for those of you that know where that is. It's a beautiful evening, and I'm quite happy hanging out here. Anyway, got our handy dandy road code. Time for road code dun, 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 dun. Driving licensing, handy information stuff, good to know for when you get your driver's license. Alright, did you get all that? Maximum height. This is as tall as your truck is supposed to be. The maximum height above ground is 4.2 meters, 4.25 meters. They will let you have an additional 25 millimeters that's allowed for tarps, lashing, straps, chains, covers, and related connectors and tensioners devices that aren't permanently or rigidly the vehicle. Okay, so the height is 4.25 meters, but they'll let you have another 25 millimeters just to allow for load binding and load restraint stuff. And okay, maximum height 4.25 meters. I was at Tie Happy having my half-hour break this evening, and I ran into an old married chap by the name of Daryl. And Daryl drives a 500 horsepower Volvo, and he told me that his Volvo is probably one of the best brands of trucks on the road. He says he's driven them all. He's been driving since he was 16, you can tell, and he rated Volvo really highly. Yeah, that might be the case, but I'm still stuck on American gear, mate. Trouble with Sweden is they're a socialist country, and socialism is for fucking idiots, whereas I support a free market economy, and so I'm going to support a country that supports that. So for me, American gear is where it's at. America has done a lot for us over the years, and I'm going to do my bit for them. One of the reasons why I'll always have America's back to the best of my ability is I involved myself in a struggle, and there was a technique that the State Department had authorized in some of its centers that I wasn't actually au fait with at all. I objected really strongly to this, and so I publicly objected to it. And I used my democratic freedoms, the right to express myself in any way, in any form, Section 14, New Zealand Bill of Rights, and I challenged the US State Department in regard to this practice. And to their credit, they looked at what I had to say, and they amended their practice. Now, I was not the only one that objected to this, not by a long shot. I'm just a drop in the very, very, very big bucket of protest. But it doesn't matter. What does matter is that the State Department, this powerful agency, heard the voices of we, the people, even we, the allies, even us 12,000 miles away, they heard us, and they decided to, what was the quote that I heard? That the negative implications from their own people outweighed the positive benefits from the practice, and so they stopped doing it, which means they heard our objections and they stopped. Now that's America all over. That is what it is all about, right there. It is about we the people, with using freedom and democracy, being able to determine our futures. And that's America's gift to the world. And that's why I will have their back. How many of their sons did they lose on the islands? How many of their sons, you know, spent their last few weeks of civilization here in New Zealand before they got shipped out to places like Guadalcanal and places like that, you know? My grandfather, he served with the Marines in World War II, and nobody talks badly about the Marines in our household, ever. And for that reason, I will always have America's back.